Oh, look at the Chiefs before the game. This is like a GMFB segment. Bam!
Step back.
Woo! Got it. Gooseneck and everything. That's basically how Mahomes played the game. That was what you call a harbinger, because already up 7-3, you're doing that, you're dodging guys, you're tossing it to Juju. Juju really fired up. That was on a 3rd and 1-2, had to have it. But that was really just the warm-up, like I said. Now, we all lost our minds about this in the first hour and screamed and did all the Chris Berman routine. Let's just really look at this calmly. Mahomes waiting, dodges the alignment, and then there's traffic in the end. So here comes Devin White, who's maybe the best player in the field. And he spins, steps up. I think the most underrated part of this is after the spin, right here, he's going to run it. And then he says, no, wait, I'll pull up and throw it to a 5'7" man in the back of the end zone.
Like an inch of, leeway.
That wasn't Kelsey. Like, that's a small target over a D lineman, and then he hangs his tongue like Jordan. I mean, that was Mahomes doing Mahomes things. That's the only way I can say it. Will Brady do Brady things? Not in this game. Boom! Gets crushed, and immediately you said, oh, my God, Brady's injured. Oh, my God, no, hold on, he's not injured. He gets up. He was definitely shaken up, and maybe he was hurt, but he stayed in the game, only to stay in the game and see this. Just look, watch what happens. See that? See the man in motion? He stopped under the center as Mahomes sits there and watches. That's Noah Gray. It's just really, and look at Bowles. Wait till you hear the sound from Bowles. We're going to play about a minute. He was ecstatic about his defensive effort.
Sure.
He was really thrilled.
Sure.
Mike Evans was fantastic. He came to play. He just couldn't do enough because he couldn't tackle Patrick Mahomes. I remember during the Super Bowl, Bucs-Chiefs, Mike Evans is mic'd up and being like, dude, Mahomes is crazy. Like, he was really a fan club. And so is this. That's my guy. That's Jody Fortson, baby. Fantasy waiver wire pickup. You bet it. Jody Fortson with the touchdown.
Jody!
I like it. Not a lot of Jodys in pro sports. Two of those guys, obviously phenomenal, but Brady gets beaten by Mahomes, 41-31. So here's the sound portion of this. Come for Brady wearing the crispest, whitest shirt I've ever seen, and stay for Todd Bowles going in on his defense.
It's a team sport, so, we didn't play great on offense. We didn't help them very much either, so we didn't do great in the first half. Too many missed opportunities on 3rd down, turnovers. So tough game, tough team. They're a good team, but, we got to play a lot better if we want to be good teams.
We didn't play well. They did a good job, and they kicked our butts all over the field. Our red zone defense was poor. Our run defense was poor. Our pass defense was poor. Our 3rd down efficiency was poor. And we played a poor game, and that falls on me. I'll take that.
Todd, how do you feel?
Yeah.
I think that was an understated reaction, too, probably to what he said, actually, in the locker room. It's a 2nd straight loss for Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. This is a defense that has been very, very good so far this season, guys, and that's not the same defense we saw last night. Peter, what is your cause for concern here right now with the Bucs?
Well, look, last night was terrible. They gave up 12 3rd down conversions, which is not even possible in a game. They gave up 41 points, the most points that Todd Bowles has ever given up as a part of the Bucs staff, and they gave up 189 rushing yards. I'm going to give them a pass. And I know you're watching and saying, no one gets a pass. Do you understand what that team went through this week? They were practicing in Miami. A lot of these guys thought that their homes might not be there when they return, and God forbid that it would be that case. Now, fortunately, for them, the Tampa area wasn't hit as hard as some of the terrible things that have happened with Hurricane Ian around it. But they were out of their own homes. I heard a story from a Bucs source that a lot of the staff members decided to drive back from Miami, and they got stuck in traffic. Some of them ran out of gas. Players were stuck in traffic for 6 hours to go what was usually a 45-minute ride on the highway. Sarah, you know Tampa. That community right now, football was not on the forefront for anyone's mind. So I'm going to say in this interesting thing, and not to get on the silly side of it, but I think Greg Allman does a great job covering it for The Athletic. He said he spoke with Tim Jarocki, the Bucs director of team operations. He was talking about relocating the team and the families during the week. He said the travel party included 18 dogs, a rabbit, yes, rookie guard Luke Gadecki's pet rabbit named Cletus made the trip. You're talking about everything that was going into moving your team, coming back, and then, Mahomes is coming in fired up from losing last week. I'm going to say no cause for concern right now for the Buccaneers. I'm going to wash that one completely away. It's embarrassing to lose that way, especially on national television, but if you've ever been through a week like those Buccaneers players and staff went through, I think you get a pass for this 1 week.
Wow.
I'm still getting used to sitting next to an NFL insider.
Talk about it.
But you just knew the name of the rabbit,
That's
Cletus.
Right. Rabbit is named Cletus. It's rookie guard Luke Gadecki's pet.
That's an NFL insider right there. That is.
That was me
impressive.
stealing from another good reporter.
But
Greg
you
Allman.
knew where to go to get it,
Yeah.
to report it.
That's exactly right.
So all of that.
He
Cletus.
got those like red eyes, and he's
Cletus
on that
the
water
rabbit.
thing. Wow.
Yeah, Cletus the rabbit.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not going to go crazy. For me, watching this Bucs offense, they came alive. So that was the main takeaway. Yes, they lost the game. The defense was bad last night, but they've been incredible. They'll get back on track. But Brady was so impressive. This guy threw for over 300 yards, 385 yards. They scored 31 points. The offense finally got things going, and that was the most important part because they had struggled. They had only scored 3 touchdowns in their first 3 games. So seeing them be able to do these things, getting the ball to Mike Evans in his return. Didn't have him last week because of the suspension. Julio had been hurt. Godwin had been hurt. And then you see Mike Evans back out there. 2 incredible touchdown passes. Brady just looked more comfortable having his main target out there. And that, for me, was the big takeaway. Because if I'm a Bucs fan and I'm watching this game and I finally see Mike out there and he's making touchdown pass, touchdown catch after touchdown catch, Brady's able to get him the ball just like, all right, like, we're going to be fine. And Sarah, you know this area well. You know this team well.
Yeah, look, it definitely, and we heard Brady say this week, it's definitely not the normal routine. And you know that football players, they love a routine. And as much as they tried to keep things on track, and here's the same time we would practice, and they tried to take away the concern of safety and family safety. They didn't want guys worrying about the safety of the lives, the ones they loved. And that was their first issue that they were trying to handle. And they felt if they could handle that part, then the rest is just, it's football, it's a game, and there's so many more serious things going on in the state of Florida. But to your point, it's really hard to simulate. You got people, I was told that there was kids and dogs running all over the hotel. It was just not a normal, it's not a normal week. Gas is tough to come by in Florida. I know I came from there to come up here, and so it was not a normal week. This is a Bucs team, though, that typically corrects things that go wrong. We see them do that. So this was a bad game against the Chiefs. You better believe that defense probably is not going to look like that again if you know Todd Bowles and what these guys do. The other thing that I thought was interesting is being down in Tampa, one of the pervading themes has been these slow starts for the Buccaneers. This defense has been lights out, and yet they've given up points every time on the first drive of the game. Field goal, every single first drive of the game, that defense has given up points. So they have made it a point, like, we cannot have a bad start. We cannot have a slow start.
What happens?
Out of the gate, right, they fumbled, like, the kickoff. I mean, only because, and I wouldn't say that that's a big deal, but only because it has been hammered down there what's going on with the starts. So not only did they have the fumble on the opening drive of the game, and then they go down, the Chiefs march down and score. And clearly that's not why they lost the game, but it is interesting because they keep getting hammered on the same point, and what happened last night is certainly not going to alleviate any of that. I mean, look, this does not make an entire game, but man, when you talk about momentum and you talk about trying to quiet a crowd, that certainly doesn't help. And then they're playing from behind the whole time.
I know. I felt like Kelsey was in the end zone 11 seconds into the game. And it was like they're already dancing already.
Pacheco on kick coverage, by the way.
Yeah.